What's up, guys? Before I start the video, I just want to let you know that I do have a party going on downstairs that I'm not attending because, YouTube, right? But they are making a lot of noise, so I do apologize. Anyways, shaders. Shaders are fun. Shaders are complicated, and I do not know how to make them. So if that's why you're here, you shouldn't be here because I'm not teaching you how to make them. I'm teaching you how to get them, how to apply them, and what they do. I won't go over every single thing a shader can do because there's so many things that a shader can do, but how to get a shader is pretty easy. You can go to vrcmods.com, you can go to a bunch of Discord servers that are dedicated to VRCHAT, and they'll usually have a section on that Discord that says share your shit, and then there's a lot of shaders that people share because that's their shit. So you got your shader. Congratulations. I suggest going to NAS Discord to get your shaders because 4,000 people, right? So once you got your shaders, go ahead and import them into your Unity package. Easy. You apply a shader into your Unity project. You got the first step done.
Thanks.
Now you have to see how to apply the shader onto something. First, get your something. I don't have my something, so let me get my something right there. Isn't that something? You get it? Alright, so now that you got your something here, you need something else, and this something is a material. To make a material, go ahead and right click here, go to create, and then you'll see this little thing that says material. Click on that and call it whatever you want. For the example that I'm going to be using, I'm just going to call it whatever the fuck, space G. There we go. Congratulations, you got your something and you got your something else. Now, it's time to apply the shader. Up here in the right-hand corner, oh my god. Up here in the right-hand corner, you'll see something that says shader. I wonder what that does. Well, there's a little drop-down menu right here, and this will display all the shaders that you dragged into your Unity folder. Look at that. For this example, I'm going to be using Poyomi's Toon shader. No, I did not update it. I'm sorry. I'm too lazy. I will update it. Don't hate me because of it. Would you look at that? We have all of this other stuff here. Don't be afraid because all you got to do is really read it and it'll tell you what it is. For instance, color. I wonder what that does. It probably changes the color when you click on that, and you can probably change it to whatever color you want. As you can see, our material is changing with the color. That's what a shader does. A shader gives you all these options to do whatever you want to make cool effects. To apply the material to your avatar or whatever mesh you're using, go ahead and drag and drop it onto whatever part of whatever you're using that you want. In this case, I'm going to use the lower part of the leg, I guess, right here. Yeah. Now it's green. We can make it red if you want to. We can also make an emission. Just go ahead and click on this little color. I'm going to make it a blue. There we go. Oh, but it's not doing anything because you need the emission strength. Like I said, all you got to do is read it and it'll tell you exactly what it does. Plus, you can't really break a shader, so it's all trial and error. But when I move this little slider, oh, look at that. It's mixing blue and red. Emission is blue, but the base color is red. Look at that. You can also make all kinds of things depending on what shader you're using. For instance, Poyomi's Toon shader has a lot more options if you update it. You can even make scrolling emissions, kind of like this. You can do all kinds of options. You can't break it, so experiment. That's all I can really say. I'm not going to teach you what everything does. However, texture and normal maps are on most shaders. These are pretty important because when you click on the texture, it shows you all the textures inside of your Unity package. For instance, if you click on this texture, it made the texture that. And just a little heads up, tilting and offset are pretty important too. Actually, just tilting, because if you make this a number that's a little bit higher than 1, like 5 or 85, it duplicates it 85 times. Kinda cool. You can also use another shader kind of like this, which makes it look kind of slimy and watery. It's called the Poyomi Patreon Slime. You gotta be on the Patreon to get it, unless you get it illegally, which, by the way, I don't condone getting shaders if you didn't pay for them, if they are paid. If they're public and they're free, use them. If they're not, make sure that you go to the creator and pay for it. Another example of a shader is this one, which is called Effects Gem. You can get this one from the asset store. I won't have a link because I don't even know the link, but I did get it a long time ago. And like I said, most of the settings are pretty similar in each shader. You know, emission, There you go. Emission makes it brighter because it's emission. It's in the name. I don't have to explain that to you. Oh, but Corey, how do you make your screen red? How do you make the screen shake? How do you shut the fuck up? All right, I'll teach you. To make a screen shader, all you're going to want to do is go ahead and right click here, make a 3D object, and create a sphere. It can be a cube, it can be a sphere, it just has to be something big because whatever is inside of it is going to be affected by this screen shader. Make your cube sphere thing abnormally large. Not too large. Don't be toxic. Please don't be toxic. There's enough people on VRCHAT that are toxic and they're not fun at all. So, just like before, go ahead and create another material right here. Call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it Y. And then you're going to want to go ahead and just pick out the shader just like before. Highlight your material and go up here and pick it out. I'm going to be using Luca's Mega After Effects Shader version 11. I did pay for this, by the way, so don't call me out for that. You can ask Luca. Anyways, if you want to purchase the shader, go ahead and message Luca right here. I believe it's $40, $45. I will look at it again. So just like before, go ahead and drag and drop it onto whatever material or mesh you're using, and then go inside of it. Look at that. Nothing's happening. I wonder why. Well, there's no settings on. In this shader, there's a lot of settings. Like a lot. For instance, this ASCII, I like this because when you turn it on, there we go. Messing with a little bit more settings, you can kind of see that it does a thing. It does a few things. It does that thing. There's this thing. And my favorite thing, deep fry. There we go. I had some other options enabled. Anyways, yes, there's a lot of options in this one shader. As you can see, this is kind of toxic. Don't use this in game. People will fucking hate you. They'll block you, and then you're gonna lose your rank, and then you're gonna cry about it. It's happened to me so many times. I wasn't gonna make this video very long, but you kind of get the gist of a shader. Shaders make effects. Effects make your avatar cooler. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you need more help on shaders, there are videos on YouTube that go more in depth about it. If you want to make shaders, good luck. I'm not teaching that. But I do hope you guys have a good day and stay sexy, I guess. Outro.